Why do so many talented entrepreneurs struggle financially? Now, that's a question that's been at the back of many a mind, hasn't it? It's like watching a brilliant artist who can't afford to buy their own paints. It just doesn't add up. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What are the most common financial pitfalls that entrepreneurs face? The list is long, but let's break it down into a digestible bite, shall we? First up, we have the classic lack of budgeting. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new venture and in the process forget to plan for the financial road ahead. It's like embarking on a road trip without a map. Sure, you might stumble upon some beautiful detours, but you'll likely end up lost without a clue about how to get back on track. Next, we have overspending. This is when entrepreneurs burn through their capital faster than a forest fire, often on things they don't really need. It's the equivalent of buying a top-of-the-line sports car for a trip to the corner store. Sure, it looks cool, but is it practical? Probably not. Then there's underestimating costs. This is when entrepreneurs miscalculate how much their venture will cost, and suddenly they're in the red. It's like planning a lavish dinner party, only to realize halfway through that you can't afford the main course. Lastly, we have not having a financial safety net. This is when entrepreneurs put all their eggs in one basket, without any backup plan. It's like walking a tightrope without a safety net. One misstep, and it's game over. So, what's the common thread weaving through all these pitfalls? You've guessed it. It all boils down to one thing: budgeting, or rather, the lack of it. But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate this financial maze. So stick around because we're only just getting started. Budgeting sounds boring, right? But what if we told you it could be your secret weapon to financial freedom? Now don't start yawning just yet. We're not talking about your mom's weekly grocery list or your dad's meticulous record of every single utility bill. No, we're talking about a strategic plan that enables you to control your financial resources instead of them controlling you. Imagine being an entrepreneur and not knowing where your money is going. That's like driving a car without a steering wheel. Scary, isn't it? Well, that's where budgeting comes in. It's your financial GPS guiding you towards your business goals. You see, budgeting is not about depriving yourself of the finer things in life or becoming a penny-pinching Scrooge. It's about understanding your financial situation, knowing where your money is going, and deciding how you want your financial future to look like. Think of it as your financial Swiss Army knife. It has a tool for everything: tracking your income, controlling your expenses, planning for the future, and saving for emergencies. And just like a Swiss Army knife, the more you use it, the more useful it becomes. And here's the kicker: budgeting can actually prevent financial disasters. Yes, you heard that right. By keeping an eye on your income and expenses, and by planning for the unexpected, you can avoid the financial pitfalls that have tripped up many a budding entrepreneur. Budgeting is like a financial superhero, swooping in to save the day when things start to go south. It helps you make informed decisions, so you're not just throwing money at problems and hoping they go away. But most importantly, budgeting puts you in the driver's seat. It gives you the power to decide where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. And in the world of entrepreneurship, that's a superpower worth having. So, budgeting is not just about counting pennies, it's about making those pennies work for you. Alright, so where do we start with this whole budgeting thing? Well, let's kick things off with probably the most fundamental aspect of budgeting: understanding your cash flow. Now, don't let the term scare you. Cash flow is simply the money that's flowing in and out of your business. Think of it as the lifeblood of your entrepreneurial endeavors. Without the steady stream of cash flow, well, let's just say things can get a bit rocky. Cash flow comprises two main components: income and expenses. Income represents all the money coming into your business. It could be from product sales, services rendered, or maybe that side gig you've been tirelessly working on. Essentially, it's all the green that's flowing into your cash reservoir. On the other hand, expenses represent the money going out of your business. This could be anything from rent, salaries, office supplies, to even that premium coffee you treat yourself to keep the entrepreneurial engine running. Now you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but why is understanding cash flow so important? Well, my friend, knowing your cash flow is like having a roadmap. It gives you a clear picture of your business's financial health, helps you plan and make informed decisions, and most importantly, it keeps you from running out of money. Keeping track of your income and expenses is not just about jotting down numbers. It's about understanding where your money is coming from and where it's going. It's about identifying patterns and trends that can help you make better decisions. It's about having the power to steer your business in the right direction. So, how do you keep track of your cash flow? Well, there are numerous tools and apps available that can help you with this. But remember, The tool is only as good as the person using it. So, make it a habit to regularly monitor your cash flow. In conclusion, understanding and managing your cash flow is the first step towards mastering your money. It's like the old saying goes, a penny saved is a penny earned. And in the world of entrepreneurship, every penny counts. Remember, you can't manage what you don't measure. Now that we know what we're dealing with, how do we tackle this beast? Well, strap in folks, because we're about to dive into the entrepreneur's toolkit, packed with budgeting strategies that are as efficient as a Swiss Army knife. First up, we have zero-based budgeting, a strategy that's as straightforward as it sounds. Every dollar you earn has a job, and that job isn't to sit around idly in your bank account. At the beginning of each month, you assign every dollar to a particular category, be it rent, groceries, or that daily coffee fix. This approach is all about intentionality. If you've ever wondered where all your money went, zero-based budgeting is like hiring a private investigator to keep an eye on your cash. Next on our toolkit is the 50-30-20 rule. This strategy is like the Goldilocks of budgeting. Not too complex, not too simplistic, but just right. Here's how it works. 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt repayment. It's a balanced diet for your wallet, ensuring you're not just surviving, but also thriving. Last, but certainly not least, we have envelope budgeting. Picture this. You have a bunch of envelopes, each labeled with a different category like groceries, rent, entertainment, and so on. At the start of each month, you fill each envelope with the cash you've allocated for that category. Once an envelope is empty, that's it. No more spending in that category until next month. It's a tangible, no-nonsense way to keep your spending in check. Now, each of these strategies has its merits, and the best part is, they're not mutually exclusive. You can mix and match until you find the perfect blend that suits your entrepreneurial lifestyle. With these tools in your arsenal, you're well on your way to mastering your money. Remember, budgeting isn't about restricting what you spend, it's about making your money work for you. So go ahead, take control, and show that cash who's boss. But wait, before you dive in, there are some common mistakes you should avoid. First up on our list is not accounting for irregular expenses. Yes, those pesky little things that sneak up on you when you least expect them. Whether it's an unexpected repair or an annual subscription, these costs can make a big dent in your budget if you're not prepared. Now, let's talk about not adjusting the budget as needed. Your budget isn't set in stone. It's a living, breathing entity that needs regular checkups and adjustments. If you're overspending in one area, it's time to trim back. If you're underspending in another, perhaps you can afford to loosen the purse strings a bit. And lastly, not setting aside money for emergencies. Let's face it, life happens. Cars break down, medical emergencies occur, and businesses face unexpected downturns. Having an emergency fund in place can be a lifesaver. Avoid these pitfalls and your budget will be a well-oiled machine, ready to take on any financial challenge. Budgeting might not be the most glamorous part of entrepreneurship, but it's certainly one of the most important. Remember, we started off talking about the money struggle, the nitty-gritty of where your cash is going. It's a universal dilemma, but one that can be conquered with a little insight and planning. Then we delved into the big deal about budgeting and understanding your cash flow. Knowing where every cent goes is the secret to financial success. It's about being the master of your money, not its servant. We also explored some handy tools in the entrepreneur's toolkit. They're not just gadgets and gizmos, they're strategies and systems to help keep your financial ship sailing smoothly. And let's not forget the common budgeting blunders we all need to sidestep. They're like potholes on the road to financial freedom. But with a little foresight, they're entirely avoidable. So, are you ready to master your money and take control of your financial future? So, you've come a long way in your journey towards mastering your money. But remember, the learning doesn't stop here. It's an ongoing process, and we are here to help you every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more money mastery tips. By doing so, you're not just supporting us, but you're also empowering your fellow entrepreneurs who might be grappling with their own money struggles. Remember, knowledge is power, and when shared, it multiplies. So, engage with us in the comments section below, ask questions, share your experiences, your victories, and your setbacks. Let's create a community of money masters, supporting and learning from one another, because together, we can all achieve financial freedom. So, what are you waiting for? Let's get the conversation started.